What's up guys, it's Timur. I promised to make another video, so that's what we're doing right now. I am 21 years old. I know, I do not look like 21 years old. I live in the Netherlands in a wonderful city called Rotterdam. You can probably even hear that I'm from Rotterdam and I'm so sorry. I love drawing, making costumes, including cosplay. But I don't do that a lot because it's expensive and I'd rather make fantasy costumes, and the Dutch cosplay community is shitty. There, I said it. I like making my own characters. I draw them, I write about them, I RP with them with a limited amount of people because I'm very protective over my children. With my children I mean my characters, because those are the only children I will most likely ever own. I also really love my lover. I'm taken, I'm not single, I'm sorry. I love food. I really love food. Who doesn't love food, honestly? Food is good, yes. I love dogs. And I love dragons. I really love dragons. I'm very passionate about dragons. But anyone who knows me in real life knows this. I love playing video games. They take me out of reality into another reality, and that's just fucking amazing. The games I'm playing the most are Dragon Age, Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, Dragon Age 4. Oh wait, Dragon Age 4 doesn't exist yet. I also really love Kingdom Hearts. I've played that as a kid and it's still dear to my heart. I also love horse riding. I've done that for 10 years. I'm very passionate about horse riding. I had to quit because of personal issues and my knees, which are fucked up. And I also love making videos, usually not of myself though. But I also study to become an audiovisual designer, or work at least within that kind of thing. I make stupid videos at school and I get grades for them. That's basically what I do. Wait, there must be more I can tell about myself. We have 2 cats in this house. His name is Varric, named after the handsome dwarf from the Dragon Age series. He is cute, tired, all the time. And he's fat. And this is Hawk. I had to search the entire house for her because she always disappears. And Hawk is also named after the Dragon Age series. Obviously, for those who know Dragon Age. Do you have an itchy? Do you have an itchy? Oh, you have an itchy. And Hawk never wants to sit where you want her to sit. She just farted. Blech. I also used to have a dog, but he's at my parents' house. I've been living on my own for a year now with my lover, so that's cool. The dog's name was Pippin, after the Lord of the Rings series. Oh, now you do want to sit with me, huh? Now you do want to sit with me. Yeah, that's what I thought. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Right, I am trans, which means transgender, which means I was assigned a gender at birth that does not match the gender that I am. Wow, that came out better than expected. Anyways, I will be making videos about my transition for the world to see, and I'll post them here on YouTube and Tumblr and other things. Why? Because I don't have a life, so no. Because the whole transition itself is fucking amazing. That it's possible physically and medically it baffles me still, and I'm very happy with it. And too many people are still judgmental, or they have their opinion on things while they are uneducated or not educated enough on the subject. And I'm tired of that. I want the world to see what it's like. I want people to know who I am. I want people to know what being transgender is and means to a person. Though someone who's not trans will never fully understand it. Please know this. You'll never know what it's like. But that's okay. It's totally not a bad thing to not know what it's like to be trans. I just want it not to be a taboo, because it's still a taboo in many countries. And that sucks, because this is who we are, you know? This was my introduction. So, as I promised you in the first video, I would record everything about my transition. However, I found out that that is a lot harder than expected. For instance, I am not allowed to record in the hospital. Even in my own room or during my appointment, I'm not allowed to record or film anything. So that's one thing. I'm not gonna do it behind their backs secretly because I could lose my camera, I could have to pay them a lot of money. And I had my first appointment, which I wanted to record, but I was so nervous I forgot to take the camera out of my bag. So I'm just gonna tell you about it. It was really funny. I went with my best friend, Joren. Bless your heart for coming along because no one else could and I was terrified. I had to do blood tests, so they took some of my blood, a lot of it. I'll tell about that later. And I got my first shot of hormones or a pill or whatever because I didn't know what the options were. I only saw that some trans guys get like a shot in their leg every 3 weeks, or some people take pills. There were hormone plasters to put on you. I don't know. I didn't know what was to come and I had no idea. And I also volunteered for a test about the face. How does the face change when you're trans? Because we know it happens, but no one's ever, for as far as we know, recorded it on a medical scale, like on a research scale. So students working in the hospital, they were allowed to do these tests for whatever study they're doing. I have no idea. But they made all kinds of pictures of my face and they made a 3D picture of it. Every 3 months I'm gonna have to go back and they'll take more pictures of my face and they can 3D the change. You can see my face change in 3D. Like, that is so cool. I had to volunteer for that. But for some reason, they also needed my blood for that. So more blood had to be taken from me. And it was horror. The day started at 5 a.m. I had to get up at 5 a.m. because the hospital is all the way in Amsterdam and every Dutch person knows Rotterdam, Amsterdam. It's not the same city. You have to travel. The travel options are by car or by train or yeah, that's about it. That's it. And the trains were a wreck that morning, like usual. But isn't this the case in every country? Trains never do what they're supposed to do. After a long wait and a lot of bullshit, I could finally go with the train. Joren joined me on my epic quest to Amsterdam. When we arrived, I got a shitload of questions, like printed out. I had to fill them all in. All these tests about how I felt, how I feel about myself, how I feel about my sexuality, how it has changed over time during diagnosis. So much. But I got this huge piece of paperwork. I was sat down and I started filling them in, laughing about them a little bit. I was taking them serious though. I take everything about my transition seriously. So I was trying to fill them in, but then I already got called in for more questions and more questions and measurements and everything about my body, about me, about my medical history. You'd think they already knew this because I've told them 500 times during diagnosis, but I had to say it all again. I have to tell everything. So then after all that shit's done, I get even more paperwork. Even more. Who thought of this? I wasn't prepared for so much paperwork and stuff for the blood tests and everything. So the paperwork went from this to a lot. So I had to make some appointments and I had to wait even longer, so I continued answering all those questions. And then I get called for the next appointment. So this lady takes us somewhere else for more talking, even more. And she was the first to assume that Joren and I were a thing, which we're not. We're best friends, as anyone who knows us can testify. And the amount of times people ask us is embarrassing. She also really looked like one lady from Doctor Who. I don't really know Doctor Who, but I know that lady. And after that, after she explained me what's gonna happen and what the hormones are gonna do and all the possibilities that are there. Whoa, my camera shut off out of nowhere. It totally crashed and I forgot where I was, so So I've been on hormones for a week now. This is my first week. I haven't changed a bit. I know that it takes longer than a week, but I'm just saying I will be making a video maybe next week. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Go ahead, ask the questions. Ask questions in general, because I will be taking your questions and I'll answer them. Anything, just anything. From how I was as a kid, to my favorite animal, to my favorite kind of ice cream, which is usually something with chocolate, so now you know. If you have suggestions for videos, if you have game suggestions, I must say I am broke as fuck, so I can't afford any other games. Or if you want to know other hobbies, want to know my opinion on things, anything, just ask. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will certainly make more. I'll make more quality ones. Who knows, we'll hear a difference in my voice, or you'll see a difference. We'll just see. So, yeah. See you next time.